Blocking is defined as illegal personal contact that impedes the progress of an opponent. Charging is defined as illegal personal contact caused by pushing or moving into an opponent's torso. If a player is moving with the ball, they must stop or change direction to avoid contact if a defensive player is guarding them legally. In such a situation, the guard must get their head and shoulders past the torso of the defensive player for the illegal contact to be defined as blocking. Otherwise, the dribbler is responsible and it becomes an act of charging. Traveling is one of the most misunderstood rules in basketball. The trick is to know the limits on foot movements so that you can quickly call it as legal or illegal. Let's start with the basics. A player who catches the ball with both feet on the floor may pivot using either foot. When one foot is lifted, the other is the pivot foot. If both feet are off the floor and the player lands simultaneously on both feet, then either foot may pivot. If they land on one foot and then the other, the first foot to touch is the pivot. If they land on one foot, they may also jump off that foot and land simultaneously on both. In this instance, neither foot can pivot. Let's look at another series of moves. If a player catches the ball while moving or dribbling, and one foot is on the floor at the time, it becomes the pivot when the other foot touches in a step. Or they may jump off that foot and simultaneously land on both feet. Again, as with a similar action mentioned earlier, neither foot can be a pivot in this case. Once a pivot foot has been established in any legal traveling situation, it may be lifted, but not returned to the floor before the ball is released on a pass or try for goal. If the player jumps, neither foot may be returned to the floor before the ball is released on a pass or try for goal. The pivot foot may not be lifted before the ball is released to start a dribble. Finally, a player holding the ball may not touch the floor with a knee or any other part of the body other than hand or foot. If a player gains possession while on the floor and is touching it with something other than hands or feet, the player may not attempt to get up or stand.